What is conscience? Quite a few people think that conscience is the voice of God, or perhaps it is the voice of their soul, and they say, I let my conscience guide me as to what is right and what is not right. And this is because they really don't understand what conscience is. At best, conscience can be called the voice of one's experience. It is certainly not the voice of your soul, it is certainly not the voice of God. And conscience is a very unreliable basis to decide what is right and not right. Conscience is not constant. It changes. It changes depending upon the level of consciousness. So, the conscience of a sinner will allow him to do things that a conscience of a saint will not allow him to do. Why is that? Because the conscience of a sinner is subservient to the level of his consciousness, which is low. Conscience is always subservient to the level of consciousness. So the level of consciousness of a saint is very fine, therefore his conscience is also very fine. I mean, in the same individual, when he is sober, his mind will not allow him to do certain things. But if he is under the influence of alcohol or some drugs, and the level of his consciousness is altered, then his conscience will allow him to do things that he would normally not do. And then when he once again becomes sober and the effect of the drugs have disappeared, he will be shocked and ashamed that he did what he did under the influence of drugs. So conscience is subservient to the level of consciousness. And as your consciousness becomes finer, your conscience will also become finer. Now, how the conscience comes into being, that's a totally different topic for which we will have a separate video.